Wigan 0, Manchester United 2, through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. I'm joined by
Why are you
Stephen
shouting?
Howson. Because it's exciting. United have won a game for once. This doesn't happen every week, Steve.
It's not that exciting.
It is a little bit exciting. It's more exciting than losing. Actually, maybe not exciting, but certainly happier than losing.
Yeah, it is, yeah, but let's be realistic with this. It was dreadful.
Do you think it was dreadful? How much weight are you putting in the performance tonight?
A lot. A lot. Now, there's mitigations. Some people would call them excuses. But you have to... Look, I don't know how many times I've sat here and spoke to you recently where I've said performance, results follow performance. And when you're getting good performances, you'll get good results eventually. And if you're having bad performances, you'll have bad results eventually. Now, United have just been a complete fucking toss of a coin this year. With largely bad performance. Like you probably, I mean, how many games deep are we? 15, 16, 17, 18, something like that. It's more than that. Well over 20.
26. Yeah, 27
Right.
games we played this season, something like
Have we had 5 good performances?
that. How many good ones we had? We were decent against Villa, I thought, in the second
Is
half.
it Palace in the Cup?
Palace in the Cup.
And Chelsea at home.
Chelsea at home, yeah. Everton,
Villa.
we were pretty good against Everton.
Yeah.
Ish.
Right, so maybe 5.
Yeah.
Right. That's not good enough, is it?
Not particularly good enough, no.
And I would put tonight in the mixer as well. 33 shots. Okay. But you've got to look at who's having the shots, where they're coming from, what impact they're having on the team. Are we creating chances in a sustainable way? If I said to you now, how does Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United's season and a half in, what is our primary way to create a chance? Not a fucking Scooby-Doo. Now you go back, I say, how do Manchester City create chances? There's a way. How do Liverpool create chances? There's a way. Even fucking Arsenal have a sort of dedicated pattern of play that they go through. Now, I don't think you necessarily need that. I don't necessarily think you get an extra fucking ribbon on your medal for having a particular style of play. But, like, would this not have been the perfect opportunity to practice? We had 33 shots. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this in my own review.
Tickle.
That guy. Nay, but a handful of years ago, and he's only 21, so it wasn't that many years ago, was playing in the motherfucking Cheshire League, right? And for everyone sitting at home going, what's that? That's literally where Stretford Paddock play. My little fucking pub team is playing in the same league that he was bought from.
Yeah. Didn't really test him enough, did we, bearing that in mind?
No. Like, he's of a standard, the likes of fucking Ronaldo, Ronaldo, not the abs guy, is fucking shooting at.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you on the style thing. Do you think then that that's because Ten Hag doesn't know and doesn't value repeating patterns and trying to create ways of scoring goals? Do you think he doesn't do it? Do you think
I can't imagine that's
to?
the case when
Yeah.
I enjoyed the living fuck out of watching Ajax and the way they built play and the way they had patterns that you could recognize and make content out of, because you go, oh, look, here's what Ajax do. And then you can point it out to people. This Manchester United team at the moment, I don't have a fucking clue how, like, I don't know where our next goal comes from, right? And that's, again, I'll go back to, like, you don't get extra fucking credit for that.
Yeah.
But maybe it would be something that helps us.
Yeah. You probably do get extra goals for it, don't you? Where's the disconnect then? Is it from Ten Hag coming from Ajax to Manchester United? Is it him? Is it the players? Do you think they're refusing to do it? Do you think they can't be asked? Do you think they're incapable of doing it? What your sort of a summation of what's going on?
I don't know. And there's some people about to get paid very handsomely to figure that shit out, I imagine.
Yeah.
Under the new regime. To figure out where that disconnect is. Why does Marcus Rashford look like he's never going to score a goal again after getting 30 last season? Why does Bruno Fernandes look like he's forgot how to create chances for other people? Why does Scott McTominay have more fucking shots than the entire American military in Vietnam? Like, what the fuck is going on with him? Why is... I feel so bad for Rasmus Hojlund. Marcus is completing 0 crosses and Scott McTominay's having all the shots that Rasmus Hojlund is supposed to have. That kid must be coming off the pitch going, I'm never going to score a goal again.
Yeah.
Why aren't we prioritising a way that gets this fucker firing? Ten Hag must deal with the noise around the club, right? Here's the thing. Here's some facts. If your signings do not work, they will not give you more signings.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes that leads you to over prioritize like the playing of someone who maybe isn't working, like Anthony, because you've put a massive amount of faith into him. So you have to make it work. So he gets chance after chance after chance after chance. With Rasmus Hojlund, he's the striker that we've ended up probably overpaying for, but he's the guy that's wearing that shirt at the moment and ain't nobody else coming to the fucking rescue. So can we not prioritize a way to get this little fucker? Like, you can't be producing the stats where you're like, oh yeah, our striker gets the least amount of passes to him in the entire fucking league and go, love that. Like, you can't be looking at that and thinking that's a positive thing, man. You got to go, well, that's clearly not fucking good enough. Can we get double the amount of passes to him? Well, in that case, Scott McTominay, take a fucking seat, because this is a guy that would rather shoot than pass the ball from anywhere.
So 2 points to that then. The first one, do you think that when everyone's fit, Scott McTominay plays? Because we saw last season that probably not. And do you think that maybe when people are fit, the likes of Eriksen and Mount and Casemiro, we might see more ball going through Hojlund just because McTominay isn't playing? And secondly, do you think there's an element of, compare him to Ronaldo last season, it's a lot easier to not pass to Hojlund and have a shot yourself than it is to not pass to Ronaldo and have a shot yourself, because he'll bollock you, he'll strop off, he'll delete you from WhatsApp. Do you think he's an easy sort of, I won't worry about him, he's only 20 years old and he hasn't scored in the league, I'll have a shot instead? And if so, will having those midfield players back help that?
One, will McTominay play when everyone's fit? No. But why are we not trying to force through the patterns of how we want to play regardless of who's in the team?
Yeah.
And secondly, what the fuck was the second one?
Is he an easy person to not pass to because of his stature and his lack of goals?
I reject the notion that Ronaldo, we played better with Ronaldo in the team, or anything to do with Ronaldo, actually, because technically we went on our best run post-Ronaldo.
But I don't mean, I'm not saying did we play better with Ronaldo. I'm saying Ronaldo forced or encouraged, or we sort of funneled things through him that maybe shouldn't have been, but certainly players were passing to him. Almost like, oh, Ronaldo's there, I've got to pass to him. I'm not saying it was a good thing, but we certainly did it.
I think it's a side fucking quest. I don't think it matters, because our best football was, well, Ronaldo wasn't there. So it doesn't matter whether or not we passed to Ronaldo more than we were passed to Hojlund. The point is, we played our best football without Ronaldo being there. And then we've identified this kid that does some of the things, at least, I think, that Ten Hag would like from him to do. I'm watching him making runs, and then I'm watching our wingers not give him the ball. Like, we've got selfish wingers. Mad that probably Jadon Sancho's the least selfish winger that we fucking have at the football club. And I've got more chance of playing for United this fucking January than he does.
Do you think that's right? Do you agree that he shouldn't be playing at the moment, or do you just think it's a shame?
Unless he's going to fucking sort his neck out and apologise, principles only work if they're followed, right? You can't just have principles until things start not going your way and then throw them out the window and then just pick them up again on the other side. It doesn't work like that. Principles are principles. You have to stick to them, even when it's maybe to your own detriment a little bit, like this is, because then people know you're serious, and the next discipline issue that comes up, people will go, well, actually, the manager's got the bollocks to get rid of Jadon Sancho and take the loss on that transfer. He might do the same to me, and that's a good position for a manager to be, if it's not, certainly, and it certainly is, a bit of short-term fucking pain, because he would be the sort of playmaker that I think finds Rasmus Hojlund. But also, what's happened to Bruno Fernandes? I don't know where he's at in terms of chance creation this season, but I bet it's a fucking million miles away from where he was last season.
I know in the Premier League he's near the top of that list still, which he often finds himself in. But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily making chances through the middle and through the striker. It just means that the wingers are having shots after Bruno's passed to him. But I don't know where it is compared to last season.
You just look at the sheer number of goals. If we don't keep a clean sheet, we don't win. Because like we score so few goals. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, and I know generally to start winning games, the easiest thing to do, or the first thing that you want to fix, is leaky defence. Okay? Well, the defence does, especially with Varane coming back, feel like it is getting a little bit stronger and a little bit more reliable, and you got to start scoring some goals now. It's as simple as that. And just the personnel, I think, are there. They're just all of the pieces in the right positions. They're just the pitch is not right.
Do you see this turning round? I know obviously it can happen and they could do, but when's the last time United were in a position where the performances weren't great, the results weren't good, and a manager was given the time to turn it around? It hasn't really happened since Sir Alex. Do you think it'll happen now?
I don't think what's happened post Sir Alex is relevant anymore because it is a new regime.
Good.
So you're just guessing. Even technically with the appointment of Ten Hag, it was sort of Murta and Arnold. So now we're in this transitional period where it's kind of still Murta and Arnold, but we know that they're having the fucking keys taken off them a little bit, and passwords changed around them. But I believe he gets to the end of the season regardless. I suspect the investigations, the likes of Dave Brailsford and Blanc and everybody else that's getting their feet under the table at the moment. We saw them in the crowd tonight. I expect their investigations will be like, the manager's got the right mentality for what we want. He's not getting a tune out of a squad at the moment that isn't fucking fit for purpose, probably, or the aggregate 11 that we've got out, it's probably performed sort of as you would expect it to. We're certainly not getting value for money out of the squad. There's talk that this United team is the highest paid squad in the league. There's a correlation between being the highest paid squad in the league and where you finish in the league. And guess what? We are not getting value for money out of this team. So there needs to be adjustments made. I know people saw their ass with some of the stuff that was out there the other day where they're like, they're probably... But it doesn't say that, does it? It just says we might be looking to move Casemiro on. Everything else you just made up. Yeah. Like, you just added for your own fucking benefit. I think that you're not getting value for money out of a lot of players, and certainly not getting value for money out of Marcus Rashford this season. I think that would be fair. But here's what's happened. He played a blinder. He had a 30-goal season and went, okay, let's negotiate. But that's on Manchester United for allowing him to get into his final year in the fucking first place. Yeah. They should have sat down with him 2 years ago when he was having a bit of a mediocre season, put some fucking faith in Marcus Rashford as a person when he was having all of these injury crises. That's what a forward-thinking football club does. Go, he's at a low point now. We're at a strong negotiating point. We get a chance to look like the good guys and say, do you know what? There's a 4-year contract. Don't worry about it. We've got faith in you, and we know you'll come good. You'd have got him for fucking 100 grand less than you've had to pay at the moment, minimum.
Yeah.
But no, you waited. You both took the gamble that maybe he'd have the season that he had last season. He goes and has the season he has last season. You sit down and negotiate with him, and of course he's going to ask for absolutely mega bucks. Because guess what, fuckers? He's just scored 30 goals, and that's what 30 goals is worth. So you fucked it. So basically, every single fucking thing that this football club does, we fuck it up.
That's going to be all. Manchester United have beaten Wigan, but you might not know it from that. But we are through to the next round of the Cup to face either Newport or Eastleigh.
Tell the people what you said before we went live.
We'll see you in a bit.